Arthur was a man of immense wealth. He had it all, a grand mansion, luxurious cars, and more money than he could ever spend. Yet he felt an emptiness inside, a void that possessions couldn't fill. He yearned for a life of purpose, a life of meaning. One day, Arthur decided to donate all his wealth to charity. He sold his mansion, his cars, and gave away every penny he owned. His friends and family were shocked. They called him crazy, foolish, and reckless. But Arthur felt a sense of liberation he had never felt before. Arthur traded his tailored suits for simple clothes. He left his world of luxury and embraced a life of simplicity. It was a drastic change, but Arthur knew deep down that this was his true calling. Arthur's life took a complete turnaround. He moved into a small, run-down apartment. Gone were the gourmet meals and the soft, king-size bed. He ate simple food and slept on a thin mattress. The life of a common man was a far cry from the life he had known. He had to stand in long lines for basic necessities. He had to work odd jobs to make ends meet. Arthur experienced firsthand the hardships of the less fortunate. He saw the despair in their eyes, felt the pangs of hunger and the sting of winter's cold. But through it all, he never regretted his decision. One cold evening, while Arthur was sitting on a park bench, his life took an unexpected turn. He noticed a young woman, Emily, struggling to carry her groceries. He rushed to help her. Emily was taken aback by his kindness. She had never met anyone so selfless. They started talking, and Arthur learned that Emily worked at a local bakery. She was a kind and compassionate soul, always willing to lend a helping hand. Arthur was drawn to her warmth and her genuine spirit. Arthur and Emily started spending more and more time together. They would take long walks in the park, share simple meals, and talk for hours. Arthur found solace in her company, and Emily discovered a depth in him that she had never encountered before. Section 4. Love's Embrace. As days turned into weeks, Arthur and Emily's friendship blossomed into love. They found comfort in each other's company. Arthur loved Emily's kind heart and her positive outlook on life. Emily was drawn to Arthur's humility and his genuine desire to make a difference. They shared a love built not on material possessions, but on mutual respect, understanding, and shared dreams. Their love story was a testament to the fact that true love could blossom even in the most unexpected circumstances. Arthur, for the first time since giving up his wealth, felt truly happy. Emily had filled the void in his life, a void that even his riches couldn't fill. He had found something far more valuable than money. He had found love. Section 5. A mother's disapproval. However, their newfound happiness was soon met with resistance. Emily's mother, Martha, was a pragmatic woman. She disapproved of Arthur and their relationship. She couldn't understand why Emily would choose to be with a man who had nothing to offer. Martha saw Arthur's lack of wealth as a weakness, a sign that he couldn't provide for her daughter. She wanted a better life for Emily, a life of comfort and security, something she believed Arthur could never provide. Martha's disapproval cast a shadow over their happiness. Arthur felt the weight of her judgment, the burden of his circumstances. He loved Emily deeply and wanted to give her the world, but he had nothing but his love to offer. Section 6. The Sting of Mockery. One evening, during a heated argument, Martha's disapproval turned into mockery. She berated Arthur, calling him a leech, accusing him of living off her daughter's meager earnings. Her words, sharp and cruel, pierced through Arthur's heart. Arthur was humiliated. He had never felt so low in his life. He had faced poverty, hunger and hardship, but nothing stung more than the scorn in Martha's eyes, the disdain in her voice. That night, as Arthur lay awake, Emily sleeping peacefully beside him, he made a decision. He wouldn't let poverty define him. He would rise above his circumstances, not just for himself, but for Emily, to prove her mother wrong and to give Emily the life she deserved.